League announced Tuesday that it's canceled both its men's and women's postseason basketball tournaments, becoming the first NCAA conference to make the move in response to the coronavirus outbreak.
Of San Francisco has followed the lead of neighboring Santa Clara County and banned all gatherings of 1,000 people or more for 2 weeks. That ban will include Warriors games, which means, yes, the other shoe we have all been waiting to drop has hit the floor. The Warriors plan to play tomorrow night's game against the Nets without fans.
The NCAA making it official this afternoon. There will be no fans allowed at the men's and women's basketball tournament. No fans allowed at the wrestling championships in Minnesota. No fans allowed at any NCAA championship this spring.
Goes swing in Detroit on the second night of a back-to-back. And we're not really sure here, folks. We're going to get some information for you.
And fans, due to unforeseen circumstances, the game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe. And take your time in leaving the arena tonight and do so in an orderly fashion.
This astounding and unprecedented story continues to evolve. At halftime with Adrian Wojnarowski, I suggested that we would speak to him soon. I had no idea that it would be this soon. He has just tweeted within the past 2 minutes that the NBA is suspending the season.
Going to finish, and then that's where the hiatus will start. You can see right here the reaction from Mark Cuban when he got the news, looking at his phone, and then he went and started to discuss it with members of the Mavericks organization on their bench.
He also alerted the officials.
Rudy Gobert has tested positive for the coronavirus. That was learned in Oklahoma City prior to that game between the Jazz and the Thunder. Right now, the Thunder and Jazz, I'm told, are both quarantined in that arena, and the NBA has made the decision. They have just announced that they are suspending play finishing after tonight's games. They're going to let tonight's games finish, but starting tomorrow, NBA play is suspended.
Fred looks like he's a little under the weather.
You could see Fred leaning forward.
I think the one thing that kind of got all the attention was there was a clip on TV where, I kind of put my head in my hands, and, my assistant coach, Armand Gates, was rubbing Purell sanitizer in his hands. An official came down to our bench and said, "You need to leave the floor." I walk off the floor, and they were waiting there with a wheelchair and a N95 mask, and they put it on me, and they wheeled me back into an ambulance.
Free throw is good. 136 to 128. They're going to give it to Vince. He's going to take a three and hit it.
Our Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted this. Jazz star Donovan Mitchell has tested positive for the coronavirus. League sources tell ESPN Jazz players privately say that Rudy Gobert has been careless in the locker room, touching other players and their belongings. Now a Jazz teammate has tested positive.
I have some somewhat shocking news that I am being told right now, and that is that the Rutgers and Michigan players have been told to leave the court, and that the tournament, as of right now, and again, this is literally something I heard within the last 30 seconds, is being canceled. So let's take a look, if we can, on the floor, and there you see it. The players have left the court.
Been critical of the Big East, and rightly in my judgment, but they will not play the second half, and that tournament has now been canceled. Creighton and St. John's were actually on the floor, Madison Square Garden, went to the locker room for halftime. The teams playing in the next game have been told not to come to the arena, Providence and Butler, and now we have word that the Big East has followed suit and canceled that tournament.
We have more breaking news this Thursday afternoon from the world of Major League Baseball. Just issued this announcement regarding spring training and the season. Major League Baseball to delay the 2020 opening day by at least 2 weeks.
Mark, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've just told in my ear that Mark Emmert has just announced that the men's and women's tournaments, along with all winter sports, have been canceled. I may be the one that's giving you that news right now, and if so, what's your reaction to that?
Extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. I think all of us felt we could postpone and even postpone into May or whatever, and then if we needed to cancel, we could cancel then. But if that's what they're doing, then I guess